What up, athletes? Whoop, whoop! All right, that sounded really lame. I'm just going to admit that, full off. I think it always sounds lame, but that one was kind of at a special level. So for those of you that actually watch this, I apologize. But let's get through this. Okay, through this. Let's get to this. No, let's get through this. Let's just do it. So I'm talking about slope-intercept form. Well, what is slope-intercept form? Write this down. It is anything in the form of y equals mx plus b. I know it's written up there in the words, but this looks easier to see, I think. Where m is, right? What is m? M is my slope. I've also called it my change in y over change in x. Or we call it our rise over our run. That is all written down. And then we have our b value. And what is our b? Our b is our y-intercept. Or I like to call it the start value. Okay? All right, so what do we have right here? I'm going to take the slope. Oh, write that down. I'm going to erase this. Ready, set, go. So right here I have my slope. If I adjust it, notice smaller slope, less steep line, larger slope, steeper line. You want to know it has no effect on steepness? This doesn't change the steepness. This changes our start value. So just keep that in mind. This is just changing where the line's starting. It's not getting steeper. It's just changing where it's starting. All right? So this is, oh, we can animate it. Ooh, look, it gets steeper and steeper. And if we get too steep, we're going to start going into straight up and down territory. But really, I just want to go down. Also notice there is negative slope. Negative slope still has a steepness. Like that's super negatively steep, right? Like you're going to slide down super quick. So just keep that in mind. Those are things to know. All right, let's move on with ourselves. Okay, what about in the graph of y equals b? What do we notice? Well, first of all, y equals mx plus b. But if I don't have any more of this and I'm just left with the b, that means my slope is what? My slope is 0. Because 0 times anything is 0. So if the slope is 0, 0 times x is just 0. So just keep that in mind, okay? All right, let's keep on moving on. We're going to hit some of this pretty quick because I think you guys are going to cruise through it, really. And we've talked a bit about point slope or slope-intercept form. Use the tool or paper and pencil to graph a linear function with a slope of 2/5 and y equals intercept of 1. So here's what you're going to do. I want all of you to go ahead and draw a graph. And notice that each tick mark is 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Same on the x. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And on your graph, and I will have provided one at the front of the classroom. Let's get this out here. This tells me that my y-intercept is 1. So I'm going to go to 1, and I'm going to draw a dot. That's a terrible color. Let's go ahead and do this in red. Should be more visible. Is that better? Oh, it's because I'm not on the pen tool. There we go. Let's try this now. There we go. That's visible. So at 1, I'm drawing a dot. And then 2/5 is my slope. So that's rise over run. So if I have 2/5, first of all, it's a positive 2. So that tells me to go up 2 and to the right 5. Correct? So I'm going to go 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right here. And now keep in mind I can keep doing that. I can even work myself backwards. I can go, all right, if it's up and to the right, I can go down and to the left to get another point. So I can go down 1, 2, left 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? I can get another point that way. And then if I'm really good, so I'm actually going to do this with their tools, but I just wanted you guys to see how I could do it with my own. So we had 1 here at 1. Another one at up 1, 2 over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I showed you guys I could go back 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let's do this line right here. Just going to line it up on the furthest points. Look at that. See how it goes through all 3? It's because I used the slope. That is how we graph a line using a paper and pencil or a tool like this. Okay? All right. We're getting there. This is a quick lesson. We're going to do a nice little worksheet when we come back from break that's really going to instill this in you, I think. It'll be awesome. Select the correct graph for negative 4x plus 8y equals 16. Here's the deal. You need to solve this for y to really make it easy. So to do that, first of all, let's go. I'm going to rewrite this. Negative 4x plus 8y equals 16. And I need to get rid of x, so I'm going to add 4x to both sides. Don't forget, you cannot combine unlike terms. What do I end up with? I end up with, stop it, Tim. I end up with, where am I at here? That's gone. 8y equals 4x plus 16, because that's a positive 16. And now, last but not least, I need to get y by itself. I'm going to divide by 8. And I need to divide each of these terms by 8 on the right side. So that 8's gone. 4 goes into 4 once, goes into 8 twice. And 16 divided by 8 is 2. So what am I left with for a final equation? Y equals 1/2 x plus 2. So what am I looking for? I'm looking for a y-intercept of 2, which I see one right here. And I see one right here. And over here, I don't see it. Over here, it's not the y-intercept. So it's really just these last two. In fact, I've got to scroll down a little bit. So I'm going to have to raise this y equals 1/2 x plus 2. Let's get to where we can see the whole thing. There we go. Now we go back to it. Y equals 1/2 x plus 2 is what we solved it for. And let's see. There's my 2 for a y-intercept. There's my 2 for a y-intercept. Neither one of these works, so that's gone. That's gone. And then let's look. What kind of a slope is that? Positive? This is positive. This is negative. So D is the only possible one. But to confirm it, let's go up 1 over 1, 2. Look, we're right on the line. Up 1 over 2. So it indeed is D. Boom! That was awesome. All right, let's do this. Last of the day. What do we got right here? We're going to graph y equals -5. Well, here's the deal. What does y equal? -1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What does y equal when x is -5? It equals -5. And this one should be -5 as well. What does y equal when x is 5? It equals -5. What does it equal? Does it really matter where? No matter where I put it, it's 5. So what am I going to do? I'm going to graph this line. It is a horizontal line at y equals -5. It goes straight through it, and every other point I included. So that's how you graph these functions. This is a function with 0 slope, right? Okay. And that's it. So without further ado, get your homework done. Peace out.